digest it? How you feel about your performance in the fight in general?
I love the finish. Watched it a bunch of times just a little bit ago, and it's something I do in training quite a bit. I'm kind of surprised with myself. I waited so long to throw that exact combo, but it was a tough fight. I was definitely doubting myself at some moments in there, but I was having fun. I was trying to be in the moment and just enjoy it.
Obviously, you must have had you promised your partner that this is going to be the last one. So when you're in there and you're fighting, is that at any point going through your mind like, fuck, I need to enjoy this more than I usually will. I really need to focus on being here. Does that go through your mind when you're in there thinking it could be the last time?
Yeah, I mean, I try not to put too much on it because it's all, it's ultimately my decision and what I want to do. But yeah, my biggest things for this fight was just to not be pressured, put the pressure on myself to perform and be tense and just have this like war. I had a little bit of a war, but I was trying to be fast and loose and paint a picture and make it beautiful. It's something I could be proud of. And if it was the last, that I could say, man, I'm happy with that.
Obviously, you said that I know after every big fight and big win, negotiations have to happen. Have you started having those with your wife yet? Are you talking about getting back in there one more time? It seems like you could be tempted to do it again.
I mean, I'm always going to be tempted. We'll see how I heal up. I got three little kids that are getting a little bit older now and definitely want my attention more. And I got a bunch of fighters, my team Bloodline, the guys I manage and coach. I put a lot of effort into them, and these last couple fights have really allowed me to show them how to do it and not just talk about it. I was able to be about it and show them, lead by example. And I honestly am more excited to be a coach at this point. I love the sport, and the nice thing about being on the other side of the cage is I don't go home with lumps and bruises.
For what it's worth, crazy war, classic Cub Swanson fight with a finish like that, it feels like a pretty good way to go out for a fighter.
For sure, that definitely could be a storybook ending. So, yeah, it's gonna have to be something exciting to get me motivated.
Congratulations, mate, and fantastic career as well. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Cub, I guess what's going to be the determining factor whether you continue fighting or not? Is it 100% on the wife, or is there other things as well as how you feel, or,
I mean, you guys, we don't got to put pressure on my wife. She's just looking out for me. I mean, my mom and my stepmom both, who both are very close to me, begged me to stop fighting in 2011 when I fractured my face, and I could have stopped then. I could have stopped at any moment, but I just always felt like I had more to do, and at this point, I feel like I've done a lot, and I'm proud of it. So, yeah, like I said, it'd have to be something really exciting. So, we'll see what happens.
Yeah. A lot of fighters, when it's time to hang it up, they get very emotional. I don't know if maybe you're hiding it, but you seem very also at peace with it. Like if this is it, like you're cool with that. Is that accurate?
Well, I put a lot of thought into it. I've had a lot of emotions go through me. It's a tough decision, and when I lost my manager during the whole COVID thing, I really had to sit back and say, there is life after fighting, and you should probably start thinking about that. And it really put things into perspective for me. That was a really hard blow, and I did what I always do, and I got back in the gym and tried to get right back on the horse and channel my emotions with the fight, and I learned after that fight, like, man, you really need to figure things out in between fights. You need to focus on what comes after fighting, and I've been doing that, and I've been able to build this amazing team. And I'm pretty passionate about being a coach, and I have a lot of knowledge to pay forward, and that's what my number one concern is, besides being a father and a husband.
If this is it, favorite career moment?
I mean, the Doo-Ho Choi fight is so hard to top. I have so many fights that are special for different moments. People don't understand. Like, there's so many things that happen in camps and in your life that you need to overcome. And so there's special fights for different reasons. But for sure, the Doo-Ho Choi fight, because I had the fight of the year. I made the Hall of Fame because of it. And then I found out I was going to be a father that night. So that's pretty hard to top.
Congratulations, Cub. A lot of people, you mentioned Doo-Ho Choi, are saying that if you do have one more fight, they'd love to see you run it back with Doo-Ho Choi. Any interest in that? Would that be one of those fights that would bring you back for one more, or do you feel like there's no way we could top the first one?
That one's possible. Although he looked amazing in his last fight, and this makes me want to sit back and relax a little bit, but I just know the fans would be ecstatic for that one, so that one would be hard to say no to. But yeah, we'll see.
Are there like any other names that would be like automatic jumps? Like, I know you and Jose Aldo had a very short fight. It's like it never got going, and I know he's a bantamweight now, but maybe he jumps up to 45. Could that be something? Like, are there certain names? You probably just have like a short list of guys that would be excited. Is he one of them? Are there other names that you can share?
That's possible. I really don't have any names. Like I said, I've just been taking it one fight at a time, and I've just been so focused on me and trying to, go out there and have great fights. I try not to look too far forward when it comes to fighting.
And then last thing, did you get to watch Joaquin fight tonight against Colby? Did you get to watch the main event at all?
No, I didn't get to see much of it, but I saw him. We shook hands. Me and him are cool. We've ran into each other. We've talked many times, and yeah, we're cool.
So I asked you at media day, like, is there anything you do to make it happen? So he did apologize for calling you the H word.
Yeah, he apologized for that, and we still see things differently, but I think there's mutual respect there, and we laughed a couple times. It's all good.
Cub right here. Congrats on the win. You mentioned Bloodline, and I'm just curious, now that you have that experience, that side of the business, looking back, is there anything you would have done differently in your career coming up?
Not a thing. I'm the person I am because of every decision I made and every hurdle I've had and everything I've overcome. So I definitely wouldn't do it any other way. I'm happy with my life.
Does it give you kind of a sense of pride that now you can guide this next generation of fighters that are going to be going through all this?
Oh yeah. I a while ago when I was asking myself, what are you good at? What are you going to do after this? Do you want to be away from the sport when you're ready to walk away? And I've thought about it so many times, and it's like, well, I have this incredible wealth of knowledge of this very unique sport that not a lot of people have the same amount of knowledge for. And with all my shortcomings in my career and all my ups and downs and my injuries and all the craziness, I've learned so much how to rebuild myself. I mean, how many times have they said I was done, I'm over the hill, I can't do it anymore? It's been so many times, and I've been able to rebuild, and I think that ability is going to make me a strong coach. And I think that I have all the tools to be a good coach and a good mentor to the next generation. So it just seems fitting that's what I do.
Thanks very much. Looking forward to it, in or out of the cage.
Thank you. Cool. Thanks, guys.